you're probably wondering how I got into this situation. No, you're probably wondering in your heart of hearts, you, John, nobody else. You're wondering, what am I going to play? You're playing Disco Elysium. What am I going to play? And the answer is I'm actually going to go back.
Wait,
Sorry?
don't tell me. Don't tell me. Wait.
Okay.
Let me guess. You're gonna go back
To the future.
to block?
Oh, that's an excellent guess, because I do have you here, so I could force you to play Lock. And finally...
You're gonna respect my choice to play Disco Elysium and go back to... I don't know. I give up.
Testing my audio. Can you hear me?
Sounds good to me.
Testing my audio. Alright, excellent. Sounds good on the stream as well, so long as that stream stays stable. Anyway, I don't know about respecting your choice per se, but the fact is, I'm going to go back to Nurikabe World and play a couple more levels. Because
No way.
I realized you're not supposed to guess. You're supposed to, like, methodically deduce it from the rules. Which, honestly, I don't know why I didn't think of that. That's how all of these games work. They are literally called deduction games.
Wait, what do you mean? In what way were you guessing?
So I would just, like, I'd see a bunch of ones, and I would blast the whole circumference of ones as water. And I would see a 2, and I would go, here's where I think the outline of the 2 island probably goes. And then I would see like a 3 and go, well, I guess that probably goes to that wall there, or whatever. You're not supposed to do that. You're only supposed to fill out things that you know for certain.
But why?
That's sort of a philosophical question that I don't quite have an answer for.
It's just like with it's just the difference between solving it in your head and solving it. Well, I guess the approach is also different. It just sounds like just being more methodical and also simulating it in your head before you commit to it.
Ah, yes.
Which I guess makes it harder, but
yeah. Well, the thing is, it started as like a pencil and paper game. So I guess sort of by accident, that's just sort of, it's less convenient to make marks on pencil and paper. So you might as well think about it a bit more. But nevertheless, I realized that is a distinct way of playing the game, which I hadn't really given a fair shake. So I will be playing a couple more levels. Who knows? We might even get into the variations. And then I might even try those out. And yes. The way this channel works is the arbitrary rule I've made up for myself for no reason is that I can never like abandon a stream. I can definitely abandon a game, but I have to say I'm abandoning it or finishing it, or I don't have to say that, but in my heart I have to know that I've intended to end it or not. But I can, if I end it, I can always go back to it. I know you're probably thinking, doesn't that mean every stream you should say, oh, I'm gonna stop playing this game now? And the answer is yes, if I wanted to be strategic about it, that is a thing I could do. But I don't feel very strongly about that. I realize I uninstalled this game, so I hope that doesn't cripple my internet. Whoa. Blueprints got accolades, an accolades trailer, a bunch of 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10s, 5 out of 5s, 4.5 out of 5s, and by God, they earned it. I think the way of the world is that you make a game that's like, a good game, and people are like, whoa, this game was good, instead of the default state of games. Bad. Now, I wish I had purchased Disco Elysium yesterday. Now that you're memeing me into buying it.
Oh yeah, that would have been the day to buy it.
Yeah.
If you're gonna buy it.
Wow. This is bundled with Control Ultimate Edition. What? What do those games have to do with each other? I get it's bundled with The Outer Worlds, which is a little bit of negative marketing for me. But I get that because at least you go and you talk to a bunch of people. I guess technically in Control you do talk to a bunch of people, but they just kind of stand there and then they give exposition. Quick review of the video game Control, specifically its dialogue portions. The game has a really strong atmosphere, and it's best when you don't know what's going on. And so the fact that an hour into the game or something, they just introduce a character, and then your character can go up to that character and go what's going on? Who are you? What was that thing back there? Whoa, I have a gun now? That's crazy. It just that ruins it. I deliberately chose not to engage in that mechanic, which might be perfect, because in that case, if you somehow really needed that exposition, you can have it. Meanwhile, I, who do not want it, don't need to have it. This concludes my brief review of the dialogue portion of Control.
I had a little bit of trouble understanding some of that. I feel like your audio is getting mangled by Discord slightly.
That's crazy. What if I were to turn off noise suppression? It's already off. What if I were to turn it on? This is a test? Oh. Oh, God.
Oh, God.
Jesus. I don't even know what to do. This is a test? This is that? That's so crazy. Stop it. This is a test? What if I turn on? No. Okay. This is another test. This is a test. This is a test? Maybe it's better now?
Oh, that sounds good.
Okay, good.
Sounds like you're right up in my ears.
Yeah, I don't know. There's so much going on. There's so many variables. It's so dense. There's so much going on in every frame. I guess maybe I just had to move my microphone closer to my face so that deep down in some Discord setting, maybe in the automatic noise gate, perhaps, it would say, yes, he's definitely talking.
It's not like you're one of the 20 or 25 voices in my head in Disco Elysium, but you're the secret extra one.
Yeah.
Now you just have to start speaking with a British accent.
Quite. Call blimey. Wait, are these guys... Are the Discos and the Elysiums, are they all British?
No, they're a variety of. It's sort of like a melting pot sort of situation.
Mm.
Some people with British accents, some people with American accents, some people with other accents.
I see.
And they'll be like, "Oh yeah, they're from some place or other," and you're like, "That's not a place I know of."
Is that one of the parts of Greek hell?
No. It'd be like, and then sometimes they'll say a city name that's like, "Oh yeah, that is like a real city."
Hmm. Have you ever been to London and you're like, real city? Or Londinium and you're like, not a real city?
Yeah. Dang, he's crazy. I've entered panic mode and I can't access my journal anymore.
Wow.
The screen is tinted red.
Journaling should soothe you.
Well, the journal is less about journaling and more about like keeping track of what missions I'm on, or like what quests I have, and like, you know, whether they're complete or not. But usually you can pull it up while in dialogue, but right now I can't. So. Wow, okay, so all of my dialogue options now that I'm freaking out are like pretty bad. There's no way to like systematically deduce the proper next dialogue option. It might not matter that much. Dang, that's crazy. I just lost the game.
Whoa.
I didn't realize you could do that.
I guess you have to stop playing now.
Yeah. That's crazy. Turns out your mental health goes down to 0, and you just give up on being a detective, and the game's over.
Whoa. Makes sense.
Incredible. I might be able to load a save. Let me see if I have any saves. Might be better to load a save than to start over. Dang, last autosave was from not this play session. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Sort of defeats the purpose of an autosave, huh?
Well, I mean, no. I mean, I just sort of like probably should have saved, you know, more. Dang, I just got crazy deja vu.
Mm.
I feel like I had the same conversation while playing Fallout New Vegas with, while talking to someone.
Oh, wasn't me though.
I guess not. But my deja vu would have me believe it was.
It'll happen. It's been known to happen.
You know how deja vu is.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess I'll start over from this room. Maybe I'll like save more often. I can quick save whenever I want, as long as I'm not in dialogue. I just didn't think about it because I didn't realize I was going to just lose the game by having a conversation in which I got upset. I didn't realize becoming upset while conversing would lose the game for me. Well, I guess I'll just do the things I did before again faster.
Wait, how many play sessions were you in to the game? Are you restarting from 0?
No, I'm restarting from earlier today.
Oh, okay, never mind then. I was gonna like just buy the game really quick and start playing it to play it at the same time as you.
I mean, you could do that. You catch up pretty fast because I'm going slow because I'm like also reading the Russian.
Yeah.
But also, I could just start over. It's like, but also, I don't know that would really be. I don't know. That'd be like a good way to play the game, maybe.
What? Wait.
To like both of us to play it at the same time.
I don't know. Probably not.
It might be cool.
Might be cool. We would probably diverge pretty quickly, and also I wouldn't be reading it in Russian. Although I suppose I could tell you what was going on in English if you needed to know.
That's okay. The narration is still in English, so I can hear everything that happens. You know.
All right.
And also, they have a button, a very handy feature where I could just tap a button and it switches to English, switches all the text to English, and then I tap it again and it goes back to Russian. So pretty easy to keep track of what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
I think this time around I'm going to do things a little differently and like explore this area some more before I go talk to that guy.
Okay, so I was staring at this. I was actually doing some other administrivia, you might say, that caught my eye.
Administrivia is a pretty good word, actually.
Thanks. I didn't invent it. It's a classic.
Oh. Well, you know what? My statement stands. I don't take it back. Like, who's just leaving a dollar, if that's what it is, in a cup on a table? You know what I mean? What are these people doing?
One kopeck fell out of his pocket. Wait a minute. Closely associated with the economy of Russia. Why was there currency in Russia? What the hell? The Soviet ruble? This is a contradiction in terms.
What are you talking about?
The Soviet ruble?
Just because it's communism doesn't mean they don't have money.
That's the whole point, damn it.
What do you think communism was? Vibes? Essays?
Money?
Not money?
Yeah. Don't worry, they later invented the virtual ruble called cashless ruble. So, you know.
Nice.
Yeah. Ooh, Kame coin. That's like Kami coin. Oh, it's
Yeah.
Comic-Con. But the historically significant one, not Comic Con. You know. But it's fine. Anyway.
Wait, what's the historical significance?
Oh, it was basically like the Soviet Union's like yeah, it was their response to the Marshall Plan and the OEEC, which later became the OECD. So it was kind of like I don't know, it was kind of like a European Union commercial zone sort of. Some say that Stalin's precise motives in establishing Comic-Con were inscrutable.
Others were like, "No, I can screw that."
Yeah, it's pretty scrutable, actually. I don't know, this paragraph on Wikipedia makes it seem like he was anxious to keep powers out of neighboring buffer states. And I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty sure that was his motive. I can scrut that easily. Like, he was just like, the Marshall Plan, no thanks, opposite of that, please. Obviously. Wait, maybe the integrate them is like the bad one because it would like eat them all into like a USSR, greater USSR empire. I don't know. Anyway, I was only pretending to be upset that the Soviet Russia had money, the opposite of capitalism, or the opposite of communism, because I know they were actually state capitalist. Don't worry, don't worry.
I don't know enough about communism to know why they had money, but I just know that, as far as I know, everyone that's communist still has money because, you know.
Yeah.
Seems handy to have money, even if you are a communist.
Yeah, if you don't have money, you're poor. QED.
Yeah, you don't want to be poor, do you?
Ooh, the legacy of the USSR remains a controversial topic.
The what of the USSR?
The legacy? Maybe I said it wrong. I don't know.
No, I'm just missing things because people are saying things in the game,
Hmm.
and I'm like, shut up! I can't hear fallacy.
Shut up! I'm listening to actual politics news.
I'm listening to a real human.
I'm listening to a
Well,
real
I guess the voice
guy.
actors are real humans as well.
Yeah, true.
But they're saying fake things, so it's not like they're saying real things.
I don't. My impression was that it was like uncontroversial that the USSR became state capitalist because
Could
like
be.
yeah,
I have no idea what that means. I mean, I could guess, but
it's basically like the state just is the capitalist. I thought
does sound
Lenin
like what it would be.
gave like a speech and he was like, we tried to become communist and it didn't work exactly as predicted by Marx because we need to move through the period of capitalism first. We were in like
That's crazy.
feudalism, so we're taking one step back, you know.
That's absolutely crazy.
Ah, yes. In imperialism, the highest stage of capitalism, Lenin claimed that World War I had transformed laissez-faire capitalism into monopolist state capitalism. Okay, maybe I didn't read this very closely the first time. Let's go to marxist.org/archive/lenin/works/1916/hsc/ch01 period HTM.
Really glad you read the whole URL.
The funny thing is I'm going to stop reading this essay now. Another funny thing is that I really like the font on this webpage. It's nice.
You know what I really like?
Yes.
Not being able to find that 65 cents I found last time.
Ooh.
Just kidding, I don't like it. I was being bitter and sarcastic. It's like last time I had $6.66. Now I have $6.01. Does that seem fair to you? Does that seem just?
The liberals
I don't think so.
want you to believe.
The commies.
Okay, I'm gonna grab a beverage.
Ooh, can you get me one? Can we do this bit again? Kidding. Maybe I should call my mom. In game.
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Oh yeah, the new economic policy. Right. Lenin justified the introduction of state capitalism controlled politically by the dictatorship of the proletariat to further central control and develop the productive forces, making the following point. Reality tells us that state capitalism would be a step forward. If in a small space of time we could achieve state capitalism, that would be a victory. What a cool guy. He probably never did anything wrong.
Who, Lenin?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly, I'm an ignorant slut, so I don't know anything about history.
Ignorant sluts.
Call me Dwight.
For Lenin.
Wait, didn't he lead a bloody revolution or something?
Uh-oh.
Did he do that? Was that one of the things he did?
Uh-oh. Oh, the beginning of this sentence says after the October Revolution. Uh-oh.
I feel like I should press the big red lever.
Ooh. Is that a metaphor for communism? Is that a state metaphor?
I don't think so. I think it's just I think it's just a game mechanic. Wow, I'm really doing things in this game. That's crazy. They really gave me incredible power to do random things in this game. Well, it's one particular thing. You know how it is.
Okay. I'm back. I should make my third move of the Nurikabe game. I was thinking like, oh, it's so over for me. I got the 1. There's nothing else left. But now I'm thinking like, okay, there's an 8 here. It's got like more things than it needs. So some, like all these have to be. No, that's not true. But some of these definitely have to be land. Excuse me. Today I hung out with a friend of mine who doesn't burp with his mouth open. And he was like, you should burp with your mouth closed. And I was like, dang, I'm remembering that some people do that. It wasn't really, I guess, a norm in my family. I don't know. Then again, if people were burping with their mouths closed, how would I notice? It only takes one person to ruin me.
Yeah. True.
Okay, so we know the sea has to connect, so we can actually fill that one in, and that one in. And then we know the land has to connect, I guess. I mean, maybe this could be the 8, but that would cause, like, blob.
Well, I mean, I don't think we know that those things necessarily have to connect. That you connected. So they could connect a different way, theoretically. Couldn't they?
No.
Could not they?
Are you talking about the one directly to the right of the 8? Or what?
No, I'm talking about way long ago when you connected the square to the left of the 1 and the square beneath the 1.
Well, the problem is they have this 6 here. So you can't get to the 1 to the left of the 1 any other way, because you can't go through the 6.
Oh, it doesn't loop around on top. I'm sorry. Yes.
No. Yeah.
Correct. I'm going to return to the game at length and stop being bad at your game.
Coward.
Because I'm not paying full attention. Yeah.
I feel like... Okay. I could subtract more land out of the 8 up top and give it to the 8 on the bottom. You know, say what you want about the fun value of randomly guessing. I feel like it went way faster. Okay, I guess this can't all be filled in. This needs to avoid being a pool. Which means, I guess, we need to do that.
Pretend that right after you said that thing about it being way faster to randomly guess, I said, me when I take a multiple choice test.
Yeah.
Although in reality, I would never.
Excuse me. I don't know. I mean, I could also try to just, like, grow my water. I guess I know this has to be water, right? Yeah.
The other member of my party is really calling me on my BS.
Yeah, go off, King. I'm talking to the other member of your party.
That's not his name, but it's not that far, actually.
Hello. Go off, Alexis Kingsley.
Hey, that's his name. You guessed it.
Whoa. I probably saw that on the internet.
I was just kidding. I'm sorry. That's not his name.
Damn. My powers dubious once more. The very idea that I might have powers, some have been calling quite dubious.
Hey, you have powers.
Oh.
Just perhaps, natural ones. Oh, shoot. I just remember that I got distracted in the middle of signing up for a dance class.
Oh. To exercise your natural powers, yes.
Yes.
Of course.
I'm going to register for level 2.
Well,
even though I haven't yet completed the level 1 course, because I will have completed it, in a sense, about 1 week from now. And I feel like I did fine enough to graduate, probably.
You're using
even though I don't know if there's
future sight.
Yeah. Predicting that even though I missed tonight's lesson, I'll be able to catch up next week. And it'll be fine. It'll be fine, dang it. Okay. I promise. Oh, sick. This one is taught by Peter. No way. You think that's... Oh, yeah. This guy's really good. It's one of those guys where you see him dancing at the social dance after the class, and you're like, how does he do that? How did he get that good?
Whoa. I'll, keep that in mind, I guess.
Yeah, if you ever find yourself spending several weeks in this area and you want to learn swing dancing. Yeah.
I've been in worse situations.
And what are they going to do? Return my Venmo payment because I didn't technically meet the requirements?
They could. They're tricky like that.
What are they going to do? Send me the money back on Venmo, the same app on which I sent it? Unlikely.
What are they going to do? Hit the easy and convenient button on Venmo to return things? I don't think so.
This class says, this class is not for beginners. Please know basic 6 and 8 count steps before you register.
But you
Good
know
news.
those.
I recently learned basic 6 and 8 count steps.
That really doesn't seem like a hard one to learn. I guess people are always going to dance classes thinking they're beginners, right? Like, if I were emphatically saying about something, this class is not for beginners, I'd be saying, like, you gotta know the mambo, the tango, the boliche and Venise. I'm just making up words. I don't know any dance words.
I mean, some of those are dance words.
Yeah, I know two.
Actually, mambo might be... Was mambo a dance or is mambo music?
It's
like
both.
Mambo. Oh, nice.
It's like
Very good.
Salsa.
Salsa. Yeah, they got all kinds of variations on salsa.
Mm.
It's a whole ecosystem.
It's a whole salsa system. It's the Comic-Con of salsa. I'm trying to solve these Were you laughing at my comment?
Yeah.
Thanks. I'm trying to solve these deductively. Which is really making me think, like, you only want to hit them when you're sure that they're doable. And so far, I've been able to deduce that. Every time, there's at least one clue where I'm like, I know.
So I guess the claim is that each of these puzzles has only one solution. Is that right?
Yeah, I wasn't aware of that, but I do believe they're at least supposed to have a unique solution. Which I didn't know about until now, but...
So you make your own level, and you might get an error being like, sorry, your level you just made has more than one possible solution.
Well, here's the thing on the user level share thing. There's a category for only one solution or allow multiple solutions. So...
okay, well...
I'm thinking, like, it'll probably give you a warning.
Yeah.
I don't know how it deduces it. It's NP complete. It's probably just easy on a small board. I wonder if you hit, like, confirm solutions, will it just, like, freeze the game and go, rah, I'm thinking really hard. Okay. Anyway, this one has to be water because otherwise the water can't connect to the other water. So, which also implies those have to be water, or this one has to be water. After that, it gets a little trickier. I guess this 3 can't go around here. Or could it? I guess it could.
Oh dang, they got no Lindy Hop week after next.
Wow.
Taking a 1 week break between classes, I guess. Sorry, that's not relevant to your life or your stream.
How dare you? How dare you say something on my stream which is not relevant? Oh, okay. I was thinking like, wow, this solution isn't unique. That's crazy. They did me dirty, but it is unique because there's a pool. Anyway, yeah, you know, it's almost as much your stream as it is my stream now.
Nice.
If you change your legal name to Flashied Man, I think you would have a better claim to it than me at this point. I mean, you're playing the more interesting game.
But am I really playing it, or am I just like listening to you and signing up for dance classes and eating peanuts?
Yeah, that's true. Well, for a while I was reading a Wikipedia page about state capitalism, which is more like playing Disco Elysium than what you're doing right now, I think.
Well, I went back to Disco Elysium, so I'm now playing Disco Elysium again.
You tricked me, bro.
I'm sorry. I gotta figure out how to break into the shipping container. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying. Yeah.
She'd be like, shipping container, I hardly know her.
Yeah, good one. Me?
That's right, I'm putting words in your mouth.
I'd like to put words in her mouth. Words? I hardly know words.
Yes. Yes. Your progress is coming along nicely.
My progress on becoming myself. So true.
Try not to think about that 55 cents that I missed somewhere, but I don't know where it is. Maybe the amount of money you find in a place is randomly determined, and
it could
each
be.
time you reload from a save, it's different.
Could
Maybe.
be.
That's the only way I'm going to be able to fall asleep tonight. But as if I believe that.
I could give you 55 cents in real life. Would that help?
No. In fact, it would not.
Dang.
Well, I guess technically it would help.
Frick. I'm hoping. Sorry, I accidentally reloaded the Discord page by hitting Control R inadvertently.
I figured it seemed something like that might have happened.
I was trying to do Control
let's see.
T to Google do cats eat excuse me, geckos.
The answer is yes.
Yes. The real question is, are they like bad?
Oh. I don't know.
I don't know. Quora is like, they carry liver flukes that can infect your cat's bile ducts and make it very ill. Which, by the way, catch me living with liver flukes and bile ducts as a hideous, fleshy creature. But everything else is like, nah, it's fun. Like, that answer itself is just like, an animal might have a parasite in it. And it's like, yeah, man. That's how animals work. That's the state of nature, bro.
Yeah. You never shoot your shot, you'll never get a parasite, but you also might not get to eat that gecko. So.
Yeah, I mean, cats are here for a good time, not for a long time.
So true.
I mean, more than geckos, though. Actually, let me just Google lifespan of geckos. Yeah.
Uh-oh. I just, Sorry.
Turns out geckos have about the same lifespan as cats. So, never mind, I take it back. That's cool.
I did a little social faux pas in the game, and now I have to try and play it off like nothing happened.
God, this is like training you for real life.
I hope not. Be getting slightly unhinged in game.
Ooh.
I don't think that's too much of a spoiler. Why the heck I can't climb up this ladder? Just because it's very dangerous. Come on. What's the point of being alive if I can't risk my life climbing ladders that are sketchy?
Yeah. You're here for a good time, etc., etc.
I'm here to solve a case, not for a long time.
I'm playing a video game for a good time, not for a long time. Me explaining why I stopped playing Nurikabe Wurld later in the future, I guess. Okay, this has to connect here.
Hey, this is crazy. There's so many ladders and like stairways and stuff, but I don't know how to get to them.
Are you allowed to climb up any of them or whatever?
I mean, I've been allowed to climb up ladders and stairs in the past. It's like certain areas, it's like I don't know how to get to them, or like certain ladders are like decoration, and like not the way you're supposed to interact with the environment.
It's
like, okay.
I mean, video games have been putting doors in as decoration for years, which is understandable because you're in like a regular space. It has doors. Putting ladders in for decoration is pretty bold.
Well, I'm in a place where it makes sense to have like ladders about built into the surroundings.
I see.
And it's like there's no actual point in going up the ladder because it's not like there's a place there, but still. I just want to go up the ladder, bro. Why do I have to? Why do I have to? I'm complaining about this. Oh, there's that dollars I didn't find earlier. Or I did find earlier. Wait, no, this is money I missed earlier. I now have $7. What the heck?
John, do missions have bells?
I'm gonna need you to elaborate on that question a little bit.
Nah, don't worry. I'll just Google it. I'm under the impression
missions have bells. That's my answer. Final answer.
Okay. Do you understand the question?
I'm assuming after some thought that you're referring to, like, for example, Spanish Mission, where they set up a church and whatnot.
Yes. And I thought, somebody mentioned them, and I thought of bells, and I thought, is that real? Have I just been sold a lie by big bells?
And probably not every single mission had bells, but I think it's like I bet they'd be happy to put one up if they had the option. You know, that's my guess.
Sure.
Because, you know, churches in general, they like to have bells.
They like to have bells. They're bell boys, you might say. Okay, so here's something I can figure out. The 3, like, it can't reach this far, so this has to be full. All the way over to here. Then, I don't know how we're supposed to deduce this. Particularly, but I don't think we can do anything else. Unless maybe we filled out this.
I guess I'm going to quick save so that if I die again, I don't have to do all that again.
I guess we know that one can't be. I guess this one can't be land, because if it was connected to the 3, that would be a problem. And if it were land connected to the 2, then the 3 would also. Well, I don't know, because the 3 could extend out here. Theoretically. No, because this has to be land. So we actually know the 3 has to go here, because the 2 can't reach it. Right. Okay. So now that we know the 3, we know the 2 can't reach that. We know the 2 can't reach that. And then this also has to be land. There we go. That 3 is taken. The 4 can't reach here. Wow. Finally, this puzzle game is helping me grow as a person.
Nice.
Yeah. A person who knows how to do this type of puzzle game. Wait, what did I just do?
The one thing you didn't want to happen.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, I guess the 8 can't go there, so it's fine. Man, do you remember Proverbs?
Yeah.
This, Proverbs was kind of like this game, except there was no aspect of just blasting guesses out, because it was basically unguessable. Because each one only affected the 9 panels around it, and it had sort of a uniform distribution.
Yeah.
I guess these don't technically need to connect here. I guess we know this one is land.
You ever take damage from being in an uncomfortable chair?
That's a pretty good bit. That's a pretty good bit right there. I guess we need to connect this water. So if it doesn't connect through here, then this would be like water. But then I'm visualizing the shapes and like, well, the 4 would have to get over to this land, so the water couldn't go through. So that actually needs to connect up. I don't know if that was valid, but I think it's true anyway.
Based on hearing only part of it in between this dumb guy in the game talking and also not paying attention to your stream,
Nice.
I can confirm that your logic is impeccable.
Wow. Thanks. I think I'll give my logic a peck right now. Oh, wait, I can't. Never mind.
Yeah. Don't be fooling around with that logic.
What exactly are your intentions with my logic?
So true. Me when someone tries to entrap me in an argument. Dude, that's crazy. This guy I'm talking to is like, he's really opening my eyes to the nature of how things work in this game.
Is he telling you about stat bonuses or something?
No, it's much more subtle than that. It's an indirect instruction. It's like I'm observing from the way the conversation works, like how this game works. It's like I have to like navigate the conversation such that I don't essentially take psychic damage. And like perhaps if I
why did they make a game about my life?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought I was just, you know, slip sliding on down to the solution to the puzzle. But evidently I did not do that, as manifest.
Made a mistake somewhere.
Yeah, as manifest from the fact that I'm like adding extra squares to the 8 and going like, okay. I may have unlocked the variations. I guess I'll check that.
Have you done the impossible one yet?
One level to unlock. No, I'm not even trying that one because it isn't on the way to making variations. Now that I'm clicking this way, I'm really in like a Proverbsy mood where I'm like, ooh, there's a 9 with empty spaces. I can fill that one in. It's like, no, that's a different game. Don't fall for it.
Guy's intentionally trying to damage my brain.
That's awfully rude of him. You know?
It's like seems like I either retry this conversation until I make the hard roll, or until I do what he wants. Or until I think of something else.
Occasionally my mind flashes back to when there was a news item, you might call it, that revolved around, you know, some local county school district, and they were dropping a book from their curriculum. So obviously we were all interested in that for some weird reason. But one of the things that I did was I read the transcript of the meeting at which it was discussed. And they had a guy in there who was clearly giving a presentation he'd given 100 times before, who was like trying to explain why a book about history was being taught in English class anyway. And it was like, well, that's probably a good pitch for your program, but it doesn't really address what everyone was worried about this time. But you know, can't blame a guy for trying. I often think about that, I suppose, because I'm thinking about people explaining things in a way that is not very useful. Much like the little man in my head is explaining various situations about these numbers to me.
Did you know that you have to connect all the blocks of water?
Well, when did this start?
Today.
Oh.
Wait, how do you know that the water has to go down that side? Oh.
I don't really. I guess is what we're learning. Thought I saw something that wasn't really there in terms of patterns.
Oh, time to load my save again. But this time, I don't have to retrace as many steps.
Wow. I guess you quick saved before the dangerous conversation. You might have
to and then you know
do
what?
what he wants.
It auto-saved after that.
Wow.
Sorry, what were you saying?
You might just have to do what he wants.
I'm thinking about it, but I'm also thinking about trying to look around and find more, essentially mental stim packs.
Could be
because that could help me survive the conversation also.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking about like just wandering around and doing a variety of other things, and then coming back to this guy.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say more things about what he wants me to do and why I don't want to do it, but I don't want to spoil things.
Yeah,
because I'm leaving you into playing the game. So
this is true.
I just realized I can't leave this area. Gosh dang it! They pulled a fast one on me. They were like, "Go to this other area; it'll be fun and cool." And then I made an irreversible move where I can't get back to the way I came in. You know how level design is. And now it's like, well, if I want to get out of here, I gotta do the thing. And I think that means talking to the guy, but I'm not positive. There's gotta be some way to get down to this lower level, though. I want to go to the lower level and talk to that girl down there. You know what I mean?
I want to talk to her on a lower level.
Yeah, if you know what I mean. Yep. If I know what you mean.
I guess the 9 could go all the way over. No, because then it would have to cross. Would have to touch it. Can't do that.
I think I have to, like, get a key or something to get out of here. Gosh dang. Okay.
Oh.
Why can't I?
Like, 2 has to. Right.
Crazy how in this game you can do some things but not other things. Like I can't pick up that cargo strap and then rappel down to a different place.
Well, I'm out then. If you can only do some things and not other things, it's a no from me.
Yeah.
I'm only interested in those games that are advertised as like in a world where you could do anything. Which is just the real world, incidentally.
In a sense. Yeah, I find there are things I have difficulty doing in the real world.
Yeah, I mean, you know, that's a big problem.
I guess I'll just do what this guy wants.
Sad.
This guy's really got all the power in the situation.
Because he might hurt your feelings?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how else to get out of this place. Except I assume talk to this guy will unlock the next area. Crazy that we're on this whole thing when there's like a pressing issue that we have to take care of today.
You just keep saying more and more relatable things, man. How do you do it?
This game is pretty relatable. I mean, not really, but in a general sense.
Yeah. Okay, this is more of a, this is a smaller one, so it's probably going to be better. Yeah. There are many 3Z puzzles here. Not that they're easy, that's just the adjective form of 3. And by
Like they got a
puzzles,
lot
I
of threes in
mean
them.
things, I guess.
3Z Islands.
Yeah. I'm gonna grab a snack. It's interesting to think that, like, arguably I was playing the game wrong before, because I'm having a qualitatively different experience playing the game this time. But also, like, we can't know that this way is better until I spend 5 hours solving puzzles with it or whatever.
Yeah. It's like this guy might just psychologically destroy me anyway, even though I did what he wanted.
How far are you into the game?
It's impossible to say.
I think you should just tell me what he wanted.
Are you sure you don't? I mean, spoilers, bro.
Yeah,
it's pretty early in the game, but like...
I waive my right against spoilers.
Okay, well, spoiler warning to all of our viewers listening in.
Oh. Well, actually, I first want you to confirm whether or not he mind destroys you either way. Because for reasons that aren't clear to me, in my own psychology, it's only interesting to me if he did do that.
Okay, well, let me just go ahead and find out for sure then, because I'm still in the middle of this dialogue. And I don't know exactly...
Right.
No, okay, so yeah, either way, he just destroys me. So, I have no idea how to get out of this. I don't know how to move on from this area.
So he was just a dead end.
Well, I mean, until I figure out how to... I mean, I can't fully confirm that. It seems like it, though.
Okay. Well, in the intervening time, I've lost the interest in having you spoil me. So.
Sorry, I didn't hear that because the game was talking to me. What did you say?
Oh, in the intervening time, I've lost the urge for you to spoil me on what it is he wanted, so.
Oh, okay.
We're safe again.
Alright. Maybe you're safe. I'm not safe. Feel very unsafe.
I'm never safe.
That's why they call me...
I'm in danger. That's why they call me Mr. Danger.
They call me Mr. Safe. I was rated most safe in high school.
I was rated E for everyone.
It's crazy. I was rated E for E.
Wow.
How do I get out of this place? there's no way out. I can lose and die, or I can wander around this level forever.
Maybe Disco Elysium is a short game about getting trapped in like a factory or something.
I really don't think
that's the ending. That's what everyone was talking about. It's the story of a police detective who gets trapped in a building.
Well, maybe this is a spoiler, but I looked up like roughly how long it takes people to play this game, and I've been playing very slowly, and I've not been playing for anywhere near as long as people say it takes to finish the game.
You're just that good, John.
That's crazy.
You're just not good.
I didn't think I was speedrunning the game, and yet here we are. It's like I can think of things I could have done before getting to this level, or this area, which might have helped me to succeed in this area, but I cannot think of a way that I can succeed now that I'm in this area.
It would be so crazy if a game of this genre, adventure game, CRPG, whatever, made in the current decade, soft locked you for not picking up an item earlier. That'd be like crazy.
Yeah, it's like, sorry, you actually have to load an earlier save before you enter this area. Like, what? Excuse me?
I would never even think of that. That would never occur to me as a thing to do. I would like have to look up a guide, and then it would say, you gotta reload your save. And I'd be like, oh, I have to uninstall it from my Steam library. Oh.
Well, no, I mean, you can access earlier saves pretty easily. It's like Fallout, you have a whole list of saves you can access. And you're like, oh, nice.
Still.
But I don't want to do that.
Yeah, exactly.
Why would I do that? Get out of
I'm
here.
the king of this world. In this game, real life, you can do anything, like uninstall a video game you don't like. I'm not really seeing a huge number of deductions here that I can make. They might all be multi-step deductions, in which case it will come down to the classic. You're just doing it in your mind on paper instead of in the video game on paper.
Yeah.
But
That's
maybe
sort of
not.
what I was trying to get at earlier.
Yeah.
I assumed that. So,
with the benefit of hindsight, you were truly wise beyond your years, John.
hard to say if I'm wise beyond my years because no one knows how wise someone should be at my age.
I also don't know what your age is. So, we're
I
doubly...
bet you could guess pretty close.
Uh,
I remember you found out my age the first time we met, but who knows when that was.
If only I could remember, then I could add an indeterminate number of years.
Yeah. What happens when you add two numbers you don't know?
That cancels out. You get one number you do know.
And that number is
17? What?
That's right, I'm 17.
John, I can't have a minor on my stream. They'll kill me.
That's right, I'm 18.
Whew. It would be so crazy if you weren't allowed to stream on Twitch until you were over 18, given that the website is 100%. Let me take that back. 99% children streaming for the amusement of other children, I think.
Is it? I thought it was like adult streaming for the amusement of other children.
I don't know.
There are definitely some, adults only streams.
That's true. I consume purely the adult-to-adult connection on Twitch, but not like that. But anyway.
Yeah.
So I don't really know what goes on. I'm just guessing. It's mostly dudes playing Call of Duty or something. From what I've seen online, it's mostly Super Mario speedrunners. I don't know.
Game. Sorry.
If this were Proverbs, which is a simpler game, to be fair, there would be a button that you could click, and it would tell you what you weren't looking for, and it would be just like a simple, like, you didn't notice this is a 3. You can figure it out. I don't think there's such a button in this game. I was just pondering that, because if there were a button, I would click it, because I don't think such a thing exists currently, but I could easily be missing it, you know? I was thinking over the rules. Well, I don't know. I think this one has to be water. I guess either two of these could be water, so that doesn't really help me. Yeah. Do both of these have to be water? Probably not. I might just start blasting again.
Yeah, same.
What were you gonna say?
This game has some good listed side effects on these painkillers I found.
Ah. What are they? That can't be a spoiler. Or is it?
I mean, unless you consider sharing some of the content of the game, which is amusing to find a spoiler.
Nah.
Alright. I read the side effects. Elevated risk of dementia, mini strokes, Prophet's disease, sudden death, hair death, erectile malfunction, critical flatulence, watery blood, black mucus, uncontrollable weeping, and increased sensitivity to l'opera, inoperable joint disorder, total spine collapse.
Nice.
I think it's just French for the opera.
Oh.
Crazy that the next word is inoperable, which contains the word opera in it. But not in Russian. No, actually, also in Russian.
Oh.
Wow. Неопределенный.
Okay, now that I've blasted, I'm thinking there are some things I could have figured out. Maybe. Like, because...
Blast first, ask questions later.
Yeah. I knew this was land, and I knew this was land. Which means this has to be land, logically. Which means it has to be surrounded by water.
Go off, King.
Thanks. I think I will.
Now you're blasting with logic.
Now I'm blasting with logic. Is it annoying to hear me eat chips like this?
Not really.
Okay. I mean, I guess you have different
I can't speak
audio than the audience, so who knows?
Yeah. It's impossible to say what our thousands of viewers think of your chip eating.
In the archival footage that the FBI will comb through after my death. I will be the Japanese woman cooking an egg and asking about your day for one very special FBI agent in my life.
It would be kind of cool if each person got an FBI agent they could like hang out with and snitch to and stuff.
True. You gotta imagine that you want to get like a woman one, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, what agentess? Then you can marry
Was that
her.
what was that word you said?
Agentess?
Oh. At first I thought you were saying Asian, and then you said test on the end, and I was like, is that a word I don't know for a female Asian? But why is there a T in there?
An Asian Tess. Now this is a freaking puzzle, huh?
Oh, she could be named Tess, I suppose.
Mm.
Holy moly. 46? That's crazy. They can't keep getting away with this.
Yeah. I wonder, you know? I'm not going to count all these.
You're just gonna vibe it out.
Yep. That's basically my plan. I have to vibe it one at a time, I guess.
It seems like it would be pretty easy to vibe it out, you know what I mean?
Maybe I don't know what you mean by vibe it out.
Like what you're doing now, where you just like click stuff and then wait till. Oh, your water's not connected now, though.
Yeah, but it'll tell me if the number is right.
Oh.
Which is just as important. In fact, it's more important I can figure out the water later.
Sure. You can't really, you can't leave any islands, so that sort of makes it a little interesting. So just work out to make the longest path you can. Or the shortest path you can.
Maybe.
That seems like it has to have more than one valid solution.
I don't think so. The number is, you know, a cruel mistress, right?
Like, couldn't you put the extra little bit of land sticking out somewhere else? Wait, that water isn't even all connecting.
It's not solved yet.
That was sort of the source of my confusion.
That makes sense.
Once you solve it, then I'll be like, okay, I accept. Unless I'm looking at Disco Elysium, in which case I probably won't say anything about that.
Good plan. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay.
I'm gonna pop the pills some more. As the nursery rhyme goes.
Yeah.
Very nice. I think I figured out how to survive this conversation. I just spoiled this whole up for you, I'm sorry. Forget, you should start drinking another bottle of wine.
You don't have to tell me twice.
Oh, wait, actually don't. No, wait, I'm concerned. No, wait.
That would be a terrible move on my part. Luckily, I don't physically have enough wine in my house to become hungover as I was yesterday again.
That wasn't yesterday, was it? Dang, I guess that was yesterday. No. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Because then the day after, I slept extra long. And I was extra sleepy. And that kind of ruined my plans. That was even worse than the hangover in some ways.
Yeah.
Oh well. However, I am going to go get another non-alcoholic beverage.
Can't really. Well, I guess you can't hear me now, but the audience can hear me, so I may as well say horrific spoilers with reference to this game. Namely, by taking enough pills, I can overcome any challenge. It's literally that easy. You can overcome any challenge by simply taking enough pills.
I have bad news.
Wait, what?
I have bad news. Brace yourself.
You're out of beverages?
Yeah.
Dang.
And I considered drinking wine, but then I was like, I don't really want to drink wine right now. So I'm just drinking water and thinking about my fate.
Spiked. By a monster. Sorry. I probably shouldn't have told you that.
My water? Oh, you were spiked. Spike is in the adjective of getting hit by a spike.
I'm saying your fate. You're saying you're thinking about your fate, and I was telling you your fate. Oberdin style.
Oh, nice.
Spiked by a beast.
Yeah. I happened to be reacquainted with Machine of Death recently, and very similar concept.
Yeah. I don't know what that is.
Oh, it's a collection of short stories about a machine that tells people in what way they're going to die, and then they die in, some like fittingly ironic way or whatever.
They're like, oh, let me try to escape my fate. And then they walk right into it.
That probably happens a fair number of times, if I had to guess.
And it's like you die from a machine, and they're like, no, I have to destroy this machine before it kills me, and then they like hurt themselves destroying the machine. That sort of thing, I assume.
I don't think the machine hurts you. Unless you're just talking about a different machine. That could occur.
I'm like, what if people tried to break the machine and then cut themselves on some metal sticking out? Sort of thing.
The machine is a useful piece of medical technology. Probably.
Alright, I'm gonna not do the thing he wants and then still survive. That's my plan.
Ooh.
Oh shoot, I forgot to quick save. Did I forget to quick save?
Bad plan.
Dang. Oh well.
So
it's fine. This is gonna go great.
The confusing part to me is like all of the land has to be on one side. Because that's how the mechanic works. Like you can't split up the water. But then it seems like no matter which way you go, you have the wrong number.
Well, I guess that's what makes it a puzzle. Then probably.
I'm missing one piece. The one piece is not here.
Well, you could. That's actually fine, bro. You can have 3 water in that little square down there. If I'm understanding your problem correctly. You know what I mean? Like you're not gonna get a whirlpool from 3 waters.
You're so right. You're so right. You just need to have one land down in that cube. That was an interesting one.
Angry eyebrows and angry ice scroll.
You're paying more attention to the names of these puzzles than I am.
Well, don't get used to it, because I'm theoretically returning to this game.
You're returning to the Obra Dinn.
No.
Oh.
I'm
You're
returning to the
returning
Disco Elysium.
the Obra Dinn to the library.
I'm returning the Elysium to the disco.
Why come the Elysium left the disco, you know?
I don't know.
I guess we basically gotta do this so that the water can connect. And then technically that doesn't have to. Some stuff could happen instead. Well, no. Never mind. The 4 is in the way.
This guy's asking if I'm having a medical emergency.
Wow.
It's like, yes, I am. Man who caused me this medical emergency.
Ah.
Probably unintentionally.
Oh.
And it's not his fault that my life is falling apart before my very eyes.
Curious.
I mean, is it? Maybe it's just his fault. Who knows? It's hard to say. I think I have to take some responsibility for the actions of the character before I got to him, even though that doesn't make any sense. Like, yeah.
Caught out again by my desire to blast, thinking, it'll probably be fine.
So anyway, I started blasting.
Exactly. I thought that would be me, man.
Ooh, I have a blast for you.
Ooh.
Oh wait, never mind. I'm looking at. Every time I go back to Disco Elysium, it like pauses your stream, so I'm not seeing the most recent. Yeah.
What a shame.
It looks like you've resumed blasting.
Yeah, I mean, just because you said the word blast, honestly.
I'm sorry.
I'm like that guy who... I'm like you, and you're like that guy who messed up your character's life in the video game. You have to take responsibility for my poor decisions.
I think you got that backwards, because then you should be taking responsibility for my poor decisions. If you were me and I was the guy. Unless I misunderstood you somehow. Which is possible.
I thought earlier you were saying that guy has to take responsibility for your decisions.
No, I was saying, well, first I said that I should take responsibility for his decisions. But then I was like, maybe he should take responsibility for his decisions, even though he's a fictional character.
Well, there's nothing to stop him from taking responsibility for the decisions fictionally.
except for you can only do the things that I, as the player, have him do.
Wait, I thought you were
Well,
talking
that's not
about the
true.
other guy. You don't control him at all. It's the writer.
Well, no, I'm talking about my character. So my character. Okay, so I was also talking about a different guy, but is this worth explaining?
No.
And yet, here we go. So the other character.
No, go on, go on.
So the other character, you know, did some things which made my character have a panic attack or whatever. But I was saying, it's not really his fault because, he was just being himself. And it's actually my character's fault for being such a mess in the first place.
True.
But I phrased it as like, I should take some responsibility. And then I was like, wait, I'm the player. I had nothing to do with the things this character did before I got to him, before the game started. So maybe the character himself, he should himself take responsibility for his own actions. But now that I'm controlling him, it's like, is that even possible?
I read a book and I'm like, damn, I shouldn't have gone after that white whale, man. And you're like, that was a character in a book. And I was like, oh.
You really identified with not the main character of that book.
Well, we all
I guess the main character
together,
also.
You know?
Yeah.
I was wooed by Ahab's silver tongue, man. You don't know
and
what
his
it's like.
Gold doubloon.
And his gold doubloon.
If I remember correctly.
Yep, that occurs in the novel. I kind of want to say my reasoning for this one out loud. So, like, it can't be attached to the 2, because if it's attached to the 2, then the 3 goes by either way. And then it can't be attached to the 3, because if it's attached to the 3, it would also impinge on the 2. QED.
Chance.
Perchance. This one is almost the same, except if the 3 doesn't go there, then it could be the 2. However...
I mean, you gotta connect. Don't you gotta connect all those waters anyway?
I don't know exactly how I'm going to connect them, though, so...
Oh, yeah.
That doesn't really help me at the moment.
True.
I guess I know this has to be... There has to be some land here, which completely determines this island. And then one of these has to be water. At least. But which one? Maybe both. I guess this water has to connect down to the other water and it can't go through the 4. So that determines that. This similar determination.
Finally, my partner steps in with some real dialogue.
Whoa. You've had a partner in this game the whole time, huh?
Not the whole time.
Oh.
But from pretty early on. The whole time we've been talking, yes.
I think this can't be a 3, because then it would definitely touch the 6. Either way you any way you arrange the 6. I mean, what, you could go like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? Okay, never mind. I don't know anything. Sorry, were you going to tell me something about your partner?
I think I mentioned him earlier. Oh yeah, earlier I was like, this guy is really calling me on my BS. He's a good partner. He's a good guy. Maybe that's a spoiler as well. But also, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I find out later he's a bad guy.
Let me send you a picture.
Oh.
I could just describe it to you. It's the Lenny Saver. Does that mean anything to you?
No. I know who Lenny is, unless it's a different Lenny, but I don't know what Saber means in this context.
It's the name of a newspaper.
Oh. That's crazy. What, are you sure it's not the Lenny's Aver?
I am true, actually.
Or I guess it's Aver. Lenny's Aver. I'm Googling Lenny's Aver.
That might get you it, maybe.
I found the GTA wiki entry for Lenny Avery.
Nice. Not helpful.
Does that help?
Nice. No.
He's a real estate salesman operating in northern Los Santos. Finally, someone speaking the truth about Carl.
Yeah.
We have to get the word out there.
The thing I was thinking of is just like you spoiling that your partner is a good guy. You're like, the truth about Carl. He's great.
I like him. Yeah, I gotta gain back some of my utraczone dostoinstwa.
Totally. I'm always losing that and then requiring more of it.
One sort of plot hole in this game is like my partner is clearly
evil,
qualified to lead the investigation, and yet he's letting me lead the investigation. Even though I have amnesia.
Nice. Now
It's
I'm
like,
reading
okay, I appreciate
on Wikipedia. Dang. Never mind.
Nice.
Your partner, he's just trying to hype you up. Is that what you're telling me?
No.
That one
I
was
definitely wouldn't put it in those terms.
Blast plus logic, you know? What else are you gonna do? Bunch of wacky stuff. I don't think so.
Logic, or as I like to call it, blast plus logic.
As you've recently taken to calling it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I know your type.
Sorry, I just had to interject for a moment.
Of course. Of course. I don't think the 5 can reach down here, so looks like we know what to do with our 3. Alright. I think one of these things was undoubtedly wrong, but I'm not quite sure what yet. There we go. Looks like I'll do something called multi-segment. Weh, I say.
Yeah.
Maybe the fact that it's said fresh start on it makes me think maybe I should go back and try the one that seemed impossible and actually use logic the whole time. You know? See if it still seems impossible.
Yeah, what if we used facts and logic to own the puzzle?
Now you're talking. I have to admit, it does bother me slightly, the idea that somewhere in the, like, user-created games, there's now a game which will always have a bookmark on it because I started it but did not finish it. Before we hit restart, maybe I can just, you know, grovel around in here a little bit.
Yeah.
Like that seems to have fixed that part pretty well. There we go. It wasn't impossible at all. It was actually incredibly easy, barely an inconvenience.
Wow. Wild how a little bit of perspective, change of perspective.
Yeah. I don't know if it was even really a change of perspective, you know?
Well, yeah, a little distance, shall we say.
True. True.
I've heard multiple people reference this barely an inconvenience thing, but I never knew what it was from.
Ah, do you want me to tell you? It could be argued it's spoilers for life.
Well, I already looked it up, so.
Oh, okay. That's good, because I don't offhand remember the name of it. I remember, you know, it's a blurry image of words in my mind. I'm like, quick films. Man
Pitch
who
meetings.
say, yeah, there we go. Man who say things wrong with film but funny. Is there like an alien talking in the game?
What?
I heard a voice come from, I guess, your end.
That's crazy. My audio equipment has betrayed me.
Ah.
I didn't realize my earbuds were gonna leak. I was trying to watch a clip of this guy saying barely an inconvenience, but he was saying a bunch of other stuff instead.
Somewhat inconvenient, I suppose.
Yeah. Well, I guess I don't trust these earbuds. Yeah. I don't even know how to find the product I want. Is it a thing? Does it exist?
What is the product that you desire?
An earbud cord that hooks into my earbuds, which have an MMCX connection that has like a decent mic that doesn't leak audio.
Oh.
Because, you can find these chords, and the chord might seem nice, but you have no way of knowing if the mic is any good.
That's tough. I guess you just need to check out reviews, maybe. I don't know. That's
But, like,
what people would say.
Nobody knows or cares how good the mic is, Everybody's just like, oh, this seems like a good headphone cord, or they're like, oh, I don't like it, or it didn't fit my thing,
I don't
or it broke.
like it, but
yeah.
I mean like video reviews, Maybe those guys
Oh, do people? Oh, yeah.
will actually have some kind of interest in reviewing it thoroughly.
I wonder if they make reviews for maybe. Anyway, at this point, I'm not going to worry about it. I'll just try not to listen to anything too loud while using this microphone, I guess. Weh.
Okay.
real weh moment.
Every time you say weh, or I say weh, I think of the little cat, and I think he's such a great little cat.
Yeah, I think of that cat too.
Yeah.
I didn't used to, but now I do.
I didn't even know. I kept trying to type in yelling dinner cat, cat, ladies cat. Cat yell. But it's weh. How can mirrors be real if our weh aren't real?
Yeah. How can mirrors be real if ruminant invertebrates aren't even real?
I don't know.
Okay, because you could shorten ruminant invertebrate to RI.
I didn't get it. I thought you were just trying to tell
RIs
me
aren't even real.
Like a science fact about how there weren't any ruminant invertebrates. Which is curious now that I think about it. Ain't no snakes eating grass, huh?
Well, snakes aren't even invertebrates.
Yeah, that's even worse. Ain't no butterflies eating grass?
Ain't no butterflies eating grass.
Thank you, Louis Armstrong.
That was Bill Withers.
Oh. Thank you, Bill Withers.
That wasn't Bill Withers, that was me.
No. I don't even know who to thank anymore. At this point, I'm starting to think I shouldn't thank anyone.
That would be fair, I think. I think you should thank.
Thank you, thank.
Oh, that's another one where people will say thank instead of think.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well. Anyway. We don't have time to try them. We have bigger fish to fry. I'm just gonna blast a little. Just a little. Don't even worry about it. You'll barely notice all the blasting I'll be doing. Probably.
Well, I probably won't notice to be honest with you. Because I will probably return to Disco Elysium shortly.
Ah.
But right now I'm scrolling through x.com for some reason.
What the heck? How'd that happen?
Crazy.
It's crazy what they be doing with computers these days, you know?
Yeah. It's like how did all this website get on my browser?
Oh no, now I'm
There's
browsing the website.
There's website all over my browser.
You know, speaking of ruminants, what did I tell you? You get to the pair variant, it's like, let me tell you the rule for the pair variant. Hold on. Don't have too much mystery in here. Maybe I can just block out that part of the screen. On the other hand, I kind of did this already with the user level, so whatever. Yes. Okay.
Hot dang.
Hachi dangy?
Hochidange.
Yeah.
He didn't pair it all the way he was supposed to have done.
I guess it's just they have to be in pairs. They don't have to be grouped, they have to be in pairs. But it doesn't matter which pair is which.
They didn't really explain that properly. Not in the little thing I saw.
It's, you know, it's a funky fresh kind of feel.
Too funky, too fresh.
Yeah. That's what they're saying about you.
That's what they say about me when I chew 5 gum.
Wow. Is 5 gum mint?
I assume so. I don't know. I probably had some in high school, but I don't recall.
I only know how it feels. I don't know any other details about the product.
Well, that's... yeah, same.
I don't think I'm actually enjoying the variant more. Which is sort of a bold thing for me to say. There's extra they can combine, which is curious. Sunrise. Are they gonna tell me like a different variant?
You think this game was made by Japanese people?
No, I don't think this game was made by Japanese.
Just checking.
Just my guess.
Vibe check.
Oh, I shouldn't have exited all the way out. Oh, that's weird. They just go back to giving you regular puzzles after that. I don't really know what it means by they can combine. I guess just because at the end of variant pairs, they give you some stuff where there's stuff that doesn't have to be paired. You know? Now I'm kind of thinking like, what's the minimum way that I can complete this campaign? Probably still won't hold my interest. I'm actually getting sleepy as we're talking right now.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, bedtime would be a good idea.
But we do not live in a perfect world. But this is not a perfect world.
In a perfect world, men like me would go night-night.
Would go to bed. But this is not a perfect world. I don't really know what I'm doing here, to be honest with you. I guess I'm supposed to, like, figure out that all the water has to connect and do something based on that, probably. There's still a lot of open variables about that, though. Like, it could connect this away, it could connect this away. Kind of feeling like blasting it again, but that defeats the whole point of this playthrough.
Yeah.
I guess we know these have to be land, which establishes a couple crucial facts. I was feeling very at peace about certain things for a second, and then I thought about them some more and I unpieced myself. So
No.
real expert buffoony play from me right there. I was like, well, the problem is only, this is the main problem. And then I thought, wait a minute. There's more problem. And I was like, damn. What the heck? Well.
But then you were like, well, this friggin' sucks with the dang.
Yeah. Please, John, language.
Sorry, I don't know how to say that in Russian.
Good one, though. I appreciate the joke, at least. I was gonna tell you a pointless anecdote.
But you forgot?
Well, no, it's just the moment maybe passed. Not sure.
Oh. Well, feel free if you feel like it.
Yeah, the continuing cognitive load is continuing to take its toll.
This mode of playing Disco Elysium where I talk to you and watch your stream and play Wordle is really inflating my Steam hours logged in Disco Elysium.
You really are sloth running the game. Yeah.
I think I'm just gonna accept that this world's gonna go bad. Sorry, carry on.
No, I was just thinking like you're reading it in another language and taking copious breaks while still in the game.
Yeah. Yeah.
You'll be one of those guys who has 100 hours in the game and you go, it's alright.
Probably could happen. See, there was some game that happened with, or like, Let me quickly sort my Steam games by hours played.
Oh, I see. This isn't a free choice because I need to connect the water.
I sort of feel that way about TF2, honestly.
Yeah, same.
Like, yeah, it's fine. I spent 128 hours on it. Fine. Honestly, it's hard for me to believe I spent that much time on it, but it was long ago, so I guess it happened. Crazy that I only spent like 20 hours on the original Portal. I could have sworn it was like way more than that.
No, Portal is a short game.
But I thought I went through it and did achievements and stuff. But I guess not.
Yeah, it's a
But
way
guess how many
shorter
hours I
game
have
than you think.
Guess how many hours I have in Portal 2 though.
Well, that has the multiplayer campaign, so it could be anywhere. 60?
Nope.
No.
145.6.
Wow. That's a lot.
And I only got 78% of achievements.
This is definitely blasting, but like it's such a tempting shape. I can't not make the shape. I'm only human. With my cross to bear.
I think I did every single player achievement in Portal 2 actually.
Wow. I
But
wonder
I'm
if
not
I
positive.
did that. Probably not. I just realized I can't check easily, so. Unless there's like a tab for that on Steam? Like sort between single and multiplayer? Maybe?
Oh no, you just have to scroll through and see if it says co-op in the description.
Oh. That's kind of boring.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I ever even finished co-op, although I may have. I did a good bit of it. Good chunk.
Are you currently playing Wordle?
Theoretically.
Alright, then I'm gonna play Wordle as well.
I'm doing real bad because I was like, I'll start with a weird word so that no one can guess anything based on my first word results. And then I just got totally wrecked, and now I don't quite care enough to do it properly, and so I'm already 3 guesses in, and it's just everything's falling apart.
Ooh, I got a 0 fur on my first.
Well, don't tell me that, because I'm just going to assume that you used a particular starting word. And now I have information.
What starting word do you think I used?
Well, I don't want to say.
Let me see. Well, I'm pretty sure I picked a different one.
Okay, nice.
Because I thought you thought I would pick a particular one, and I decided to switch it up.
Hey, my man.
Yeah.
Now it's at the point where it's like I basically have enough information to guess it. I just need to think through every word in the English language until I figure it out.
Easy. I could probably get it on the 3 if I also did that. Especially because I have some greens. Damn, it won't let you fill in the boxes.
What do you mean it won't let you fill in the boxes?
Well, I have the 5th box is green for me, so I want to fill that in so I can look at it, but...
Oh, I see. Without filling in the ones prior to it.
Right. I'm also playing Wordle hard mode, just in my mind. I don't think there's a setting for that. Oh! There is, but it's It can only be enabled at the start of the round. They should look at my guesses and see that I've followed that rule and just allow me to do it anyway. I'm something of
Is
a
that where you
maverick.
never change a letter that you got correct previously? Is that the rule?
That's almost the rule. You also have to use any yellows that you acquire.
Right.
And then I play on Giga Hard mode, where you aren't allowed to use any blacks you've acquired.
Sort of like after they abolished slavery.
Yes, yes. They were like, I spent all this money acquiring blacks. What am I going to do now? The answer was tough luck, buddy.
Figure it out.
Yeah. You're going to not own slaves. That's what you're going to do. Okay, it's definitely not my second guess. Sorry, I'm doing the Wordle
Using
on
meta
paper
information.
because it wouldn't let me enter things in. And by on paper, I mean in Notepad. It wouldn't let me.
I just typed.
Yeah.
I just put letters I knew weren't correct in, and then the letters I wanted, and then looked at it that way. I don't know if that's good though.
I didn't catch that. Sorry, I was looking at words.
It's okay. Seems like it shouldn't be too hard to figure out this word, but nevertheless.
I don't, we're quickly getting into the space, for me guessing at least, where I'm like, are these words?
Yeah.
Well, I don't even want to tell you my guesses. Wow, that is a word, kind of. This would not be a solution word, though. It would presumably be an allowable guess word. Something of a Wordle mechanic understanding.
I think I just figured it out. Oh yeah, there it is. Get wrecked, Neo. Get wrecked, Neo, with your incomplete knowledge of the English language.
Yeah, that's the only thing that enticed me. Neo saying he's never heard of this word. I'm like, I gotta know this word. I know I can ask him, or I could find out.
I gotta know that word.
Yeah. Phoo. This is like a string of letters that looks like an English language word. I don't think it would be a solution, though.
Well,
it wouldn't be a solution word.
Only a few ways to find out.
Yep.
You know, it's really messed up.
What?
You know, it really grinds my gears.
Sure.
Portal 2 is not playable on Mac anymore.
It lost the ability to be played on Mac.
It's one of those 32-bit games. Mac doesn't support 32-bit programs anymore.
So you could play it on an old Mac.
It's like the Library of Alexandria. Yeah.
Okay.
But who has an old Mac these days?
Not me. But if I had one previously, I would probably still have one.
I mean, actually, I do have an old Mac, come to think of it.
Uh-huh.
But I'm not going to bust it out for playing Portal 2. I've played that game enough. Actually.
I
Okay,
have
back.
a guess as to what the word is. And it's obscure enough that Neo might not know it. But it might be common enough to be on the Wordle solution list. However, it would be one of the harder words on that solution list, I think.
So are you gonna guess it?
Would it be considered cheating if I were to look up the Wordle solution list and then type my word in there to see if it's a possibility?
Yeah, it would be.
I wouldn't consider it cheating.
And why did you ask?
To see if you agreed with me.
Out of curiosity.
There we go. I had to scroll past the ones that were like, here are the solutions to Wordle, and get to the ones that were like, don't worry, they're all in alphabetical order.
Yeah, there you go.
It's not in this list. Okay.
When I am talking to this guy, я хочу поговорить о оповещении.
Yeah, he's not in my list either. Tell you what. Okay, I finished the puzzle that was on screen because it occurred to me I could probably blast it pretty easily. Oh, you can roll for initiative. I don't feel like playing this game anymore, actually. Now that I'm playing Wordle, I'm like, it's so over for whatever this game was called, Nurikabe World. So once again, it's over. In fact, much like how the last stream was titled Nurikabe World and Sleep, this one will be Nurikabe World and Wordle. There is no... Ooh. I could stream it, but then you would be able to see me solving the Wordle. So, never mind.
Well, I already solved it, so...
Okay.
That'd probably be okay.
Yeah. Yeah, alright. We can do it. Sorry, I'm changing my stream things that happen. Let me just make sure I have this right. Window title must match. This is important for me. Yes. Oh, I have SLI Crossfire Capture mode on. Curious.
That's crazy. I always turn SLA Crossfire Capture mode off.
Do you?
No, I was just kidding because I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I don't know what it is either, but it's labeled slow, so I keep it off usually. But then sometimes you gotta turn it on for certain things to work, so I turn it on.
Something to do with GPUs, no doubt.
Could be. Okay. This does not seem to be streaming, so I guess we're going to turn on the mode. This doesn't work either. Maybe I have to use... The fact that they default to, just find any other window, I guess it makes sense. Because they're like, well, if it changes the title of the window, you would want to know. Okay. I guess we're good. I'm streaming Notepad.
It was your first word, John's?
Yes.
That's crazy.
Well, as I told you, I'm in your head, John. And I thought he will predict that I will type in something. So I will pick his name instead, which he will never see coming because he's not in my head. I'm in his head. So in this was nothing. And then in my second guess, the T was correct and the A was correct and the E was correct, but the A can change. And then there
could
are
be any number of places.
Yeah, there are like no English words that are going to be on this list that end with AE. That is just not possible. And so I was brainstorming, I was typing some words here. And then I thought maybe it would be taupe, but taupe was not on that word list. So I don't think these are really anything. It's just basically just grinding through all the words in the English language, as you say. Just looking at my Wordle keyboard and going like, okay, it could be ta,
I'd be real, I did not think of some of those words.
Cool.
Although I was going from a different angle.
Yeah.
I had different information, so I was coming up with different words.
Of course. These are, I'm fairly certain these are not real words, by the way. They sort of look word-ish, though. Wordly, if you will.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Hold up. Oh, I see you're not doing table because you know Neo knows that word.
Oh, I didn't even think of it, actually. But
That's
he
pretty
does
funny.
know that word. You know.
Yeah.
I thought of other things like tackle, not real.
He wrote tadle before he wrote table.
It's tattle. Spelled wrong.
Tattle.
I also thought like talkie spelled wrong, you know? Talv, it's kind of a wordish word that Neo wouldn't know because it isn't real.
Yeah.
Tafe. Tape. You know? These are strong possibilities. These look like English words, but are not. There's probably a tafe is probably like a word, and it's an instrument that somebody uses in the Bible or something, but it's not going to be the answer.
What about Tig?
Yeah, that's where they tried all those guys after the war. What about taxi?
I don't understand
Taxi.
your comment about that's where they tried those guys.
Oh, there was a joke about the Hague.
Oh. I was thinking Tague. Like big.
Ah.
Not that there's any reason for you to write that down. But yeah.
I
For
see.
completeness.
I thought you were referring to the one I had previously written down, yeah.
Man, I'm getting sleepy. Oof.
Nice. Based W for John right there. Sleepy John, they're calling him.
I'm not sure it's a W for me until I actually go to sleep.
Oh, yeah. That's true. That's the devil's bargain. Takey? Tom? Let me ask you this. Did you know the Wordle word?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was like, oh, that's a word I know that I would believe Neo didn't.
Well, it's probably really gonna pop off when I think of it then. I don't know. I might just guess taupe because I'm tired of thinking of words. But what is that going to tell me, you know? Either the A is in the right place, which I'm already pretty sure of, and then it just knocks out U or P, which I haven't even really thought that much about.
I mean, what else are you going to do?
I could just continue to write words down.
Fair. Only you weren't playing on hard mode, you could just write down whatever word you want.
Yeah. I could write down milky.
Milky.
Yeah, that would be so fun.
This game is funny to me.
Yeah?
Like it was supposed to be.
Oh. So it's sort of a funny game, you might say.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. My God. This word I've highlighted is the Portuguese for TikTok. Or rather, talk, as in the talk of a clock.
Portuguese word for the social media platform TikTok.
Well, maybe. They probably just use our word, though. You know?
Oh, I see. You've discovered the word tok. Or maybe it's toke.
Yeah, I don't know.
Google says toki. Crazy.
I don't really speak Portuguese, so.
Oh, that is a word in English, though.
Chiki taki.
Chichikitaki?
Chiki-taki, or in Portuguese,
Rikikita.
tiki-taki. Anyway, maybe I don't understand which word you were trying to indicate. If you think the word I just found is an English word.
I thought you were okay. So, I don't want to say now, but like, what word did you not? What word did you find in the Portuguese?
Take, the one I have highlighted.
Oh, your stream paused, and I forgot that I had to unpause it. Let me go ahead and. Oh, never mind. That's a different word from what I was looking at.
Were you looking at the top one?
Nope.
Were you looking at taupe?
Nope.
Okay.
I'll give you a hint. I searched talk in Portuguese.
That hint didn't help. I just did
I
that
don't know what
and
to
it
tell you.
found me the same word.
Well, do you want me to tell you what it found me?
Sure.
It
Yeah.
found me the same word, but with an O. Toki.
Toke?
Yeah. It's an English word.
Yeah, it's the hat.
It's a hat. It's a hat. It's a hat. It's a hat.
Well-known hat. Doesn't have the letter A in it though, so
That does make it an invalid guess
yeah.
for hard mode.
I mean, I could guess. I sort of have two options now. One, I can surrender. I can admit defeat. Two, I
Never surrender.
can. Sorry?
The never surrender. But do what you want. It's fine. Carry on.
You gotta know when to hold them. And know when to fold them. Anyway.
And no, never to fold them.
Yes. Know when to fold them. Parentheses. Never.
Yeah.
Or, so I could give up on this. I could give up on hard mode and just enter the word milky. Or I could use a regex search over the entire Wordle answer list, which really starts to seem...
Basically giving up.
Yeah, it sort of starts to seem like it would be defeating the point of the game. I don't know if really there's much else to the game other than that. Like, just strategically picking letters, I guess.
I mean, let's say looking at the word lists in the first place was kind of defeating the purpose of the game. So,
nah, I think knowing the word taupe, but then thinking, is this a common enough word that it would be on the Wordle possibility space, is fine. That's my feeling about it. You know, feel free to
you're entitled
disagree.
to your opinion.
I guess. No. I was thinking, it could be Tabby. No, it couldn't. Tabby ends with a Y.
Right. Unless you spell it wrong. Like you already have.
Yeah. You could also spell today wrong. Except I've already used the O, even.
Today. Man. It really hurts to see you suffer like this. I feel like I'm going to have a hard conversation with the vet. And then be like, have a hard conversation with the family and be like, maybe we should just put him out of his misery.
People are always saying that about me, man.
No. I hope not.
I think this. You should tell me if there's something I'm doing wrong. Like if I accidentally typed like a G up here instead of a T, for example. But
there is something you did wrong. But it's not of the nature that you think. So
I mean, the only other thing I could do, unless I just typed an unused thing, is like it's actually a word that ends in AE, that would be crazy.
I feel like I should tell you that you did something wrong because you did something wrong. And it's causing you to not. Well, no. Thing is, I have to stop talking now unless you want me to give away information.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Don't fetter yourself.
I feel bad though. I don't want to
You like those
taint your
feathers.
victory. I don't want to taint your victory.
No, it's okay. It's already tainted. It's already tainted by frustration.
All right. Your critical error,
Yeah.
which prevented you from winning this a long time ago, was you looked up the Wordle word list, which is not in fact accurate.
Oh, so it is taupe. Oh, you can't copy paste into Wordle. They won't let you do anything, man. Well, there you go. There you go.
See, that's why I didn't want to tell you, because it like basically gives it away. But also, you already came up with the word.
Yeah,
long
I
ago,
had already beaten it.
In a sense. But also, you had because you thought it was not the thing. But then, whoever made that list didn't know. Maybe they added it to their list at the New York Times just for this word. Who knows?
Yeah, I don't know. You know, it's not hard to find the Wordle word list. From the open source version, but anything could happen now.
That's why we need communism.
Ah, the NYT updated the answers list.
They published it?
I think it's just like in the JavaScript of the page. So,
okay. I don't see why it would be. Seems crazy.
I don't know. Maybe it's just implemented that way. Unfortunately, this guy has taken down his GitHub gist that would tell you. Maybe it's called a gist. I mean, it is a regular English word.
It is a word.
His GitHub gist is what I'm saying.
There you go.
Yeah. So now I'm using archive.org to look at his Wordle NYT answers alphabetical.txt. And taupe is still not on there. Okay.
That's how they get you. They were like, you know what? Those people using techniques some would consider unnatural. We're going to get them with this one.
It is. I was confused why the name of Wordle is not itself a 5-letter word until I learned that it was invented by a guy named Wardle, who's like, yeah, great,
that's crazy,
great one, man, Josh Wardle. You did good on that one.
That's wild.
Ooh, he was named.
And now everyone's making their games naming their games after his game, which is named after him.
Yeah. Now we need to find out what the etymology of his name is. You know?
Well, what's crazy is there's now a game called Wordle where you guess vehicles each day based on the game War Thunder.
That's pretty good. I should make a game where you guess the name of a person whose name is Wardle every day. Just based on their picture, I guess.
Like, this is Josh Wardle. This is Jeremy Wardle.
Yeah, exactly.
This is Angela Wardle.
Yeah, we're gonna go to Wikipedia category 21st century Welsh engineers to see if we can find some more Wardles. Nope. That's a pretty short category, actually. And also 21st century Welsh engineers. Anyway. Jessica Leigh Jones not only is the first female to win the UK Young Engineer of the Year award in 2012, but also did it for her work designing a portable uterine contraction monitor, which which design cut manufacturing costs by 90%. Sorry, 99%. That's even better.
That is even better. That's way better.
She won it and was female, and it was for like a female thing.
Wow. Girls rock.
True. Many have said this. Many have said this. Wow. Whoa.
Although, can't men have uterine contractions as well?
Listen, we don't have time to get into that. I'm already on the Wikipedia page of John Fowkes Williams, which is,
Wow.
yeah. I don't even know how to pronounce this guy's name. Ah, there we go. There's a footnote. I'm such an advanced speaker of human languages that when there's like a Wikipedia thing and they're like, in English, it's pronounced, Sean Irwin Folks. I'm like, no. Skip me to the native pronunciation, please.
Yeah.
We're going to enjoy Sean Irwin Folks. It's actually exactly the same. Never mind. It's not different in my accent would be the accurate thing to say.
Like the IPA is the same.
The IPA is not the same, but
wow.
I don't pronounce all possible IPA symbols distinctly.
This changes my whole conception of you.
Yeah, well, one day, inshallah, I will be able to do that. And will constantly do it.
You'll be like having a conversation and saying things weird. People will be like, "Why are you speaking strangely?" And you'll be like, "You didn't know, but I was just pronouncing every IPA symbol differently."
You don't know this because you're a rube, but I pronounce R's the way the Romans do, which is the way that pronouncing dictionaries, they write things that have an R using the IPA R that is a trill, even though it's not a trill in English. So I'm actually pronouncing it correctly, and every other speaker of English since like 1600 has been wrong, actually, if you think about it. Except for certain Scottish people.
True. So true, brother. Dang, I love my sidekick.
I think you're his sidekick, frankly.
And yet, then, in that case, how come he follows me around, not vice versa?
He's he's like leading from the rear. Is that
true.
an expression?
Backseat driving. No, I think leading from the rear is an expression.
Okay, good. I'm such a wordsmith. I guess it's more popular to say leading from behind. And it's...
Leading from the butt.
Wow. Leading in the butt. By my own.
Are you leading from the butt? Base Chad sidekick be like, если вы просите нас сломать чью-то дверь, то ничего не выйдет.
Heck yeah.
It might be, I might have said that last word wrong. It's hard to say. As in, it's hard to know how to say it. Not that it's particularly hard to say. in terms of pronunciation. Just like for the most part, when you see a Russian word, you know how to pronounce it. If you know where the emphasis goes. But then sometimes it happens that they write an E, but it's actually a different E, but they don't write it with the umlaut type of thing over it.
Oh yeah, I remember briefly seeing that on like the Wikipedia page for Russian orthography, and they were like, well, it was on some specific. I've been blocked from the New York Times. That's cool. Anyway,
Dang.
they think I'm a robot. I have an unconventional internet setup, so that's quite likely. Anyway,
likely that you're a robot.
Yeah, bet you thought I was human this whole time, idiot.
Honestly, I did.
Yeah. Many people in my life have come to this erroneous conclusion. Anyway, my point is that I saw a detail on the Wikipedia page where it was like, but then Russian speakers generally just leave this off and write it as the completely other letter. And I was like, that's weird. What?
Well, they're not like unrelated letters, but yeah. It is a little annoying.
You know?
It's like you'll have a word where it's got the E with the umlaut over it, but then a different form of the word has the emphasis in a different place. And so that E with the umlaut becomes a regular E, which is pronounced differently. Because it only has umlaut when it's accented, when it's emphasized. But there are also E's like that don't have the umlaut that are still have the emphasis, and it's just like a yeah instead of a yo.
Yo.
So basically, you just have to know the word.
This is one of those things where I'm on the Wikipedia page and it's like IPA for this letter. There's a like a barred O here. I'm like, how is a barred O different than a regular O?
Isn't it longer? But that made it long.
I guess it's close to foot. Oh my god, it's called middle tilde, but it doesn't have a tilde in this font. It just has a bar going through.
Ooh. 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 Ooh.
The Wikipedia IPA voice guy is famously kind of sketchy, kind of doubtful that he's saying the right thing. Nobody has been able to fix this in the... Hold on. Let me go to the Wikipedia page for Wikipedia. Nobody has been able to fix this in the 24 years since Wikipedia has started.
Wikipedia. Wikipedia.
Wikipedia.
Did you say the word Wikipedia?
I said Wikipedia.
I see.
And then I heard a little voice from your mic saying Wikipedia.
I clicked the button to hear Wikipedia say Wikipedia at the same time as you unrelatedly said Wikipedia, so it sounded like he'd recorded two voices saying Wikipedia at once.
That's pretty funny. But actually, I said Wikipedia. With a D.
Like Monkey D. Luffy. Wikipedia.
Yeah. Wikipedia.
Yeah.
Yeah, what do I do when the guy wants me to do something I don't want to do again? Is he gonna kill me?
Kiss him gently on the lips?
No, I can't. That would be gay.
Um,
Not to mention other reasons I don't want to do that.
uh,
So many reasons, really. Fraternizing with the enemy. Unprofessional behavior.
Littering. Aphobia. Mono.
Sure.
My friend I was hanging out with said, "Do you have mono?" And I said, "I don't know. You want to kiss me and find out?" And we both laughed.
Yeah. Whole interactive fiction thing got me like pondering the possibilities. And also pondering, is this a real choice or is this just like it'll be basically the same either way?
You could do this. You could play with a sense of childlike wonder. You go, heck yeah. Every single choice I make, radically new game from this point on. I'm living my best life. I'm living a grand adventure.
Yeah, it's hard to sustain that after I accidentally select a dialogue option I selected before and get the same dialogue. Or when I have to replay a conversation because I got wrecked.
Yeah. Yeah, they're spoiling the illusion for you.
Yeah.
You might as well just quit the game now, so I don't have to be memed into playing it.
Yeah. I like it when parts of my brain talk to me and call me sire.
A most judicious choice.
But what if the thing he wants me to do is actually the thing I always myself wanted to do? What then?
Guess you're in luck.
Well, I don't. That's probably not the case though. That was just wishful thinking mostly. I have to assume. This freaking guy. Ah.
It sounds mostly like Disco Elysium is the adventures of you talking to a highly annoying man.
That's just because the way I play causes me to have conversation with him for like multiple hours, which should have been a few minutes.
Oh.
There's actually much more to this game, like walking around and looking at things and having conversations with people who aren't that annoying, man. and skill tree or whatever. Well, it's not really a skill tree as far as I can tell. It's just like a skill grid. You know, upgrade the different parts of your brain which talk to you.
Ah. Nice.
It's like, oh, you want to hear more comments about, symbolic interpretations of things happening, or like nonsense. Just upgrade your conceptualization module.
Me when I conceptualize, I guess. I don't know.
Wow. It's one thing to be asked to do something bad by a bad person in exchange for their help. But it's somehow even more unnerving to be asked to do something seemingly innocuous by a bad person in exchange for their help.
Ooh.
Because then you're like, oh, what am I doing?
As they say, I'm in trouble.
So what happened is, Evra попросил вас, меня отпереть квартиру на цокольном этаже за теплицей. But I wanted to get in there anyway, so like arguably it's in my advantage. To my advantage.
I recommend trying to gain as much advantage as possible.
Yeah.
I found an interesting question online just clicking around, but unfortunately it's one of those things where many people have answers and you read the answer and you're like, well, yeah, I mean, maybe that's how it works. You got any proof? And nobody has any proof.
I like how you capitalized the J and John's in your guess, even though Wordle doesn't allow for capitalization.
Some
really, it doesn't allow
say,
for decapitalization.
yeah, some say it's all capitalized.
So when do we get famous on Twitch or whatever?
I don't know. I was hoping there would be an element of if you build it, they will come. But I don't think so.
I think it's hard to get started as a variety streamer. I think I may have mentioned this before, but
yeah,
it seems like people usually get their footing by like having a niche.
Well, my
people
niche
want to watch.
My niche for a while was being a Blue Prince streamer. I hopped on that wave, I think, at a reasonable hour. It's just nobody knows where my stream is because I've never promoted it anywhere.
Well, yeah, there's that aspect as well.
I don't really know.
Time to spend hundreds of dollars on ads.
Yeah, I'll just take
Okay.
out like web ads, you know?
Put ads in the newspaper.
Yeah. Hey, you read a newspaper. You ever want to see a man play video games? That would probably be like anthropologically interesting for you because you read the newspaper instead.
So like, hey, you read the newspaper. You're obviously intelligent,
Yeah.
sophisticated, attractive.
Yeah. Why don't we kiss?
In exchange for these compliments, would you like to watch my stream? Merriam-Webster defines the word newspaper as slightly worse than watching flashy stream on Twitch TV.
I mean, it's kind of deeply worse. I don't know. For me, the rest of you might have your own opinions on it.
Well, we don't want to, we gotta keep it plausible for the newspaper lovers out there.
I see.
If we say it's
actually, I mean,
way worse,
we just have to. This is Merriam-Webster's opinion. So
true. Merriam-Webster, your biggest fan. How come peanuts have like a weird air pocket on the inside? Nobody talks about this.
You mean like between the shell and the seed?
No, between the two halves of the seed itself, like each seed actually has a little air pocket with a little membrane. Little known peanut lore.
Between the two halves of the seed.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure I've ever seen one of these. Would it be in like a whole peanut that I buy pre-cooked from the store?
Yeah. I mean, unless they did something weird to it.
I'm Googling diagram of peanut because I don't even know what you're talking about. Unless it's the protective coating.
I'm telling you, it's secret lore, bro.
The peanut wrapper. You know what I'm talking about? Everybody knows about
the sort of thing that can be,
though.
It can be something that can be easily rubbed off if the peanut is split in half before you get to it. If you split it in half yourself.
Yeah, I'm always splitting it in half.
Well, it's not. They don't always have them. It appears. Now that I've been investigating. But
it's getting
sometimes
uncomfortably anatomical in this peanut diagram, and yet not high resolution enough. And disturbing number of AI images, unfortunately.
I wonder if it's something to do with the way that they roast these peanuts in particular that causes this air pocket to expand.
I feel like we needed some way. We already needed a way to do this. But now that AI is a thing, we really need a way to do this. We need a repository of all text and content that we're sure came from a human and wasn't just randomly generated.
I know, it's kind of terrifying.
And we kind of
the Library of Alexandria.
Yeah, so it's like the Library of Babel, man.
It's like the library. It's like the library.
It's like, oh yeah, it's like the library. Ah.
Or for more examples of the decay happening on the internet, go to your local library.
Yeah. That's gonna be the end. That's my call to action in my newspaper ad. You might want to be watching my stream. Go to your local library to find out more.
Yeah. Librarians will be happy to help you use their library computers to sign up for a twitch.tv account from whence you can
Yeah.
learn more about the Library of Alexandria. All right, I have to make a decision. I'm still on this dialogue choice from like an hour ago. Not literally an hour, but oh wait, no, I forgot. I already did that dialogue choice and then regretted it. Sometimes you gotta make poor choices in a game. Sometimes those poor choices are actually good choices, but they're still bad choices.
While we were talking, I started taking a survey, and then as I was clicking through the first parts, I was like, wait a minute, I don't want to take a survey. They're going to ask me like 15 minutes worth of questions. I don't got time for that.
They're going to be like, would you recommend our product to a friend or colleague? They'd be like, under what circumstances?
I just typed that into the free response at the end. Under what circumstances?
Please get back to me and I'll tell you my response. I'll write you a letter.
This guy that I've been... Oh, okay. I was thinking, what the hell is this guy talking about? And then I realized the heading of his blog has the subtitle Exploring Procedural Generation and Display of Fantasy Maps. Right? But his blog... Nice. See, somebody linked me this blog post. This is why I can't do surveys. I need to read blog posts that people link me randomly on the internet. Anyway, the beginning of this paragraph has one of the most relatable sentences I've ever seen in a blog post. If you're anything like me, you probably find that the effort to get by in life takes up most of your time and energy.
Well, in a sense, yes, but also in a sense, not really.
Yeah.
Depends on what you mean by taking up time and energy and getting by in life.
This guy wrote a really long...
Also most.
Yes, of course. This guy put a really long blog post on the net. He's really optimizing something, and it's crazy to me that the thing he ended up doing at the end of this deliberation was exploring procedural generation and display of fantasy maps. This is not something I would choose to use my limited time on.
Yeah, well, the thing is, some people are just freaking nerds.
Yeah. I make fun of them, and then I have my own funny little interests, and I'm like, well, those don't really make any more sense when we get right down to it.
Yeah. What's more defensible? Generating and rendering fantasy maps or playing games on the internet?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the game is sort of like designed to delight you, but at the end, that's kind of the only thing. So, like, if you're delighted by exploring procedural generation and display of fantasy maps, there you go, fam. What else you need?
Food and water.
Yeah.
Oxygen, sleep. There you go.
I'd like to tell you about the first paragraph of this blog post. That's right, we're actually reading it in reverse now. we're making negative progress into this blog post. Because it starts with, I often get asked if Dragons Abound, which I guess is the name of his thing, is available as open source, or if I intend to make it into an app. And my standard answer is, Dragons Abound is a personal growth project. And that doesn't answer the question. Michael. I don't think his name is Michael. Scott. That doesn't answer the question.
Michael Scott.
Wow, Scott Turner has a PhD in artificial intelligence from UCLA. That's crazy.
That's amazing.
I didn't even know you could get a PhD in artificial intelligence. I mean,
well,
I just thought
been
it had
around
to
for a
be.
while.
I just thought it had to be computer science, and then you would just focus on.
He's like, I've been making artificial intelligence out of wood.
Yeah. His dissertation subject was a program called Minstrel that told stories about King Arthur and his knights as a way to explore issues in creativity and storytelling.
Based.
Yes.
Maybe, I don't know.
Based and yet also... Well, I mean, I was going to say useless, but like, we've just established. What does it mean to be useful? This is a man who enjoys procedural generation of fantasy maps. It's fine.
And display.
And, well, on this page, he only mentions the generation.
Maybe he doesn't enjoy the display. It's just like a necessary evil for him. Maybe he hates displaying fantasy maps.
Maybe the generation and the display are the same. Necessarily, because it's just an image. Or it's maybe like...
Is it though?
It's richer than an image, but it necessarily contains all of the display details within the render.
Well, but the rendering is the display in a sense. Maybe he builds it out of conceptual building blocks.
But the render is the
description.
display. But the generation might also be...
Yeah.
The generation might also have everything you need in it, and then the display is like, yeah, just put it on the screen, man.
Huh. Maybe.
Ooh. Yeah. I'm reading his blog post. I'm on the front page of his blog. Last post, 2022. He may be dead. This guy may have passed from the mortal coil. I'm checking out his Twitter. This account doesn't exist. I'm going to stalk him on LinkedIn.
Gotta find him on Facebook.
I'm going to locate him on the fantasy map, man. Golly.
Oh wait, this is crazy.
Yeah.
Never mind. It's not that crazy.
Oh.
Well, it's kind of crazy. This is not relevant to you.
Okay.
But your streamers might be interested to know, or your audience might be interested to know that just because I paid this Peter fellow for the dance class does not mean he's necessarily the one teaching this particular dance class.
You're robbing Peter to pay Paul, or make that work as a joke. Edit it in your mind until it works.
I don't know who I'm robbing. I don't know who's teaching the class. Because last time I signed up for level 1, I paid a different guy who did teach the class, but this time I paid Peter, who I just looked at all the sign-up links, and he's the one to pay for all levels. So maybe they like take turns being the one that gets paid each month or something.
It's a
I don't know.
tontine. Wait, no.
It's a what?
I said it's a tontine, but that's not right. I was thinking of something else.
I need to finish this little dialogue I'm having with this fellow so that I can move on. Should I ask him about the container?
Maybe.
I'm gonna do it.
There's a name for like a type of investment vehicle that kind of doesn't really exist in formal financial setups, but I read about it once, and it's like you get 6 guys, and every like month, one of the guys gets like 20% of all the other guys' income, and then it rotates every month. So every like 6 months, you get like a huge bonus, and you're like, whoa, that's crazy. It kind of doesn't make any sense to me. It's like, what? You could also keep that money for yourself. What are you talking about? Are you just borrowing money?
Well, it sort of evens things out among a little bit communism, right? Because if your friend makes more money than you, you're getting some of that benefit.
Yeah.
But if your friend makes less money than you, you're sort of like supporting him.
I don't know if that's a necessary feature. The explanation I read didn't focus on that part.
But then also, it's like, yeah, if you can't be bothered to save your money and you want a bunch of money from time to time.
Yeah. Well, I can't find the name of that, so I'm glad I explained it in sufficient detail.
The tontine is the one where you get to get all the money if you kill your friends.
Yeah, it's the kill your friends one.
What about anonymous blockchain tontine?
Someone's probably
Could
done
be cool.
that. Yeah, could be cool. Could be cool. I mean, at this point in human history, I'm like, I guess I just have to let everybody know that I'm moving money around. And by everybody, I mean, I guess the government, if they ask.
I made this guy annoyed. That makes me feel good and happy inside.
Good.
I'm annoying him. This is fun. This is good. I'm asking him asinine questions about shipping containers.
Yeah. Have you ever played the royal game of
I may have. Is that the one from King Killer Chronicles? No, that's something else. That's the right. No,
I don't know. Maybe they put the royal game of It's from You know
Oh, it's literally from
Yeah.
No, I don't. I'm not sure I have, but I've definitely heard of it.
I guess I'm not really certain it was from
Well, it seems like it would have been. At any rate, Wikipedia says first played in ancient Mesopotamia.
Yeah, that's a little bit vague, isn't it?
Somewhat vague. Let's just assume it was played in Ur. Let's just assume the king of Ur played this game.
I think that's what they did, man. I think they found one copy in Yeah. Here we are down in Modern Rediscovery. They're hinting at us. They're like, because the game was first discovered in the Royal Cemetery at it became known as the Royal Game of but later archaeologists uncovered other copies of the game from other locations across the Middle East. So it's like, I don't know.
They find like
when were those?
The instruction manual.
Other ones. I mean, probably not in the burial. Yeah, when the game of was first discovered, no one knew how it was played. Ooh.
Until the ghost of King Ur appeared.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that his name was Dagoth. I seem to remember hearing that somewhere. Anyway, they finally put one of those freaking tablets to use, man. They found a tablet that wasn't just about grain. And, E.T. Marduk Balatu really did us a solid by explaining how you played it in 200 BC, circa.
That's crazy.
So, it might have changed in the previous 2,000 years, but it might be the same.
That's pretty crazy that we found both the game and the rules separately.
Ooh, we have one several centuries earlier than E.T.'s tablet. Wow, they have diagrams, man. They drew us diagrams. That's great.
Who's writing on a tablet in like crisscross diamond D shapes? Because that's cool.
Yeah. Maybe that's the diagram.
No. Couldn't be. Trying to decipher a stone tablet. It's just like a bunch of little wedges wedged out of the rock. I would lose it. No, maybe not. Maybe I could get into it. It just seems like such a pain. Like trying to look at, I was like, oh, what is that? Is that thing or that thing? Where does one thing stop and start? There's no Wiktionary entry.
Actually, there are.
Well, there are now. I mean, like, first
yes.
people to decipher it who had no idea what was going on.
Yeah, well, that's why they needed the Rosetta Stone. That can't be right. That was for hieroglyphs. Never mind. I don't know.
Why they needed the Rosetta Stone.
Yeah.
The Sanskrit Stone.
I finally got down to the rules of the Royal Game of and I'm like, I don't really care.
Yeah, it's probably not that good a game.
I mean, yes. It was good enough for the king of
True.
But maybe.
Okay.
If I were actually going to play the royal game of I would do it. I would learn the rules.
Royal game of stream.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
Royal game of PvP.
Play royal game of online multiplayer. This has got to be a thing, right? They've done this for every royaler.net, baby. Set up a game. Play friend. Create a link to send to friend. Yeah. We're getting into it. We're getting into the royal game of I guess, I don't know, I'm kind of sleepy, but I'm willing to play the royal game of with you. If you're game. We could also do it later.
It's 1:45 a.m. just about.
That's pretty bad.
It's 1:44 a.m.
We should probably go to the royal game of bed. Wow.
Thinking that might be a better idea for
Nice.
right now.
There are multiple different websites on which you can play the royal game of Our cup runneth over, man. Our cup runneth over. This is versus AI. Sorry for your completely adequate implementation of the royal game of Doesn't interest me though.
This game's trying to make me do things I don't want to do.
Mm.
But maybe that's just how the game goes.
Maybe.
Or maybe not.
Maybe not.
Do, 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 do.
By the way, the title of the stream is going to be I hardly know just so you know.
The royal game of her. Running game on
True.
Oh dang, that's crazy. I Looks like my actions do have consequences.
Ooh.
Hot dang. Well, I guess that's that.
Did you die again?
No, I just, irrevocably changed the course of history.
Hmm.
My own personal history, that is, in the game. Ooh, what should I put a skill point into? I can finally have something I can put a skill point into.
Hmm.
Perhaps I can put it into being agile, or into being knowledgeable. Perhaps I could put it into pain resistance, pain threshold. There are like 24 different things I could put it into. The fact that it's taken me this long to get one skill point implies I have a long way to go. So hard to choose just one. Does one cover one's weaknesses or play to one's strengths?
I was just typing the phrase as yet, and I was like, how do I punctuate this? So I was looking it up. I looked it up in the dictionary. And they were like, hey, by the way, you shouldn't say as of yet. And then I looked at other results, and someone on r/English learning was like, the correct phrase is as of yet. I was like, oh no. Oh no.
Is it supposed to be as yet?
It is.
I've heard that.
But I'm like, should this phrase be hyphenated?
As to of the yet.
Is it not hyphenated just because it's a prepositional phrase? Looks really weird. Anyway, I write it.
Похоже, у нас заметилось дружеское состязание по поиску пистолета. Isn't that good news?
Boy, I hope so.
It's fake news, but it's,
Oh.
yeah.
Do you mean like it's fictional or somebody's lying to you in the game?
I think he's lying to me, but it's hard to say. Like, what is this word he made up? Sostязание. Doesn't seem like a real word. Never heard that word before. Oh, it's just. I know I didn't say it right. It's just 2-7. All right. Well, there you go. Aha, he's giving me a key. Very good. Yeah, you should play this game just so that you'll be ahead of me and I can say spoilers.
You make an excellent point. I'll have to do it. I was going to create shareholder value tomorrow, but maybe I don't. Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe do that actually.
Nah, I'll jump ahead of you. And then I'll create the shareholder value later after I do that.
I should create some shareholder value myself.
Mm.
I just find myself not wanting to, and I don't do it.
Yeah, but then sometimes I really feel like doing it. And then I'm like, wow, I created so much shareholder value, man. You wouldn't believe how much shareholder value we just created.
I think part of it is I feel like this next thing for me to do on the project is like not really going to create that much value.
Yeah.
Like it's something that should happen at some point. It just feels like not a very high value per hour thing to do. So I don't want to do it, but I do have to get through it to provide value. And they'd much rather I just do the thing than put it off forever. So I'm not doing anyone any favors by like not doing the thing.
Right.
Especially not myself. I could be making mad dollars, and yet I'm not. Crazy.
Yeah.
Why would they call it a Vidvizhny Yashik when you could just call it a drawer?
They don't want to get it confused with pants.
I see. Did you hear that?
Was it us disconnecting and reconnecting to Discord?
Maybe.
Okay.
It's actually Vidvizhny Yashik. I was putting the emphasis on the wrong syllable. Vidvizhny. It just means a box that you pull out. It's like pull out box. That's what they say instead of drawer. They're like pull out box. You opened the pull out box.
Ah, yes.
Just happened.
I don't really know what a plow box is, to be brutally honest with you.
Sorry, what?
What?
Sorry, I didn't hear what you said because this man in the game was saying things.
Oh, sorry.
For the last time.
What is a pull-out box?
It's just a drawer.
Oh. Right. I guess if I didn't have a drawer, and somebody showed it to me and was like, "What would you call this?" I'd go, just like a box you can pull out, I guess.
Yeah.
You know?
That's a little. I'm a little embarrassed for the Russian language that it doesn't have a word for that, but it is what it is. It's like I guess Russian peasants didn't have drawers.
I guess drawer is probably like a reference
Like you
to
draw it out.
Yeah, it's the pull out. It's basically what it's called.
Yeah, it's like calling it a puller.
Yeah.
But the main point is it's quick and easy to say, as opposed to like 5 syllables.
Yeah.
With, frankly, too many consonants in there. Выдвижной ящик.
There's probably a slang way to say it.
Maybe.
Like the English word drawer, maybe. Just drop one of those in there.
Drawer. They'd be like drawer. Or possibly drawer. 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 Who knows what they would do? For some reason, my character, upon hearing his real name, I assume, keeps being like, why does he keep calling me that? What's his game? What's he trying to pull? Call me that name. Like my brother, he's probably just calling you your real name. It's probably your name, bro. But maybe not. I mean, maybe he's messing with me on a whole other level. Unfortunately, my partner doesn't know my real name either. Because we met today. Wait a second. This guy theoretically gave me an item, but I don't see it in my inventory. Did he put it on the desk and I was supposed to grab it or something? Maybe it's just on my person, but not in my inventory somehow. Well,
I started editing this document thinking, oh, there's been a small typographical error in here. But in the process of looking at it, I'm like, I don't know if anything in this document is right. I was trying to cross-check it, and I'm like, what the hell? I guess it's time for me to rewrite this entire section of this document at 2 a.m.
Is this a shareholder value type of document?
It could theoretically provide value to somebody's shareholder at some point in the future.
Nice.
But probably not.
I have a will they won't they relationship with this cargo container.
Okay. You're going
in Minecraft.
to have sex with a cargo container?
It's more like I find the cargo container alluring, but I can't seem to get access. Cannot seem to enter.
Okay. So yeah, no change.
Yeah. Look, it's an intimidating man and some women.
I'm going to finally end the stream, but I'm not going to stop talking to you.
Okay.
That is a threat. Oh, I guess for my own records, the best time to say this would have been long ago, but that's it for Nurikabe World for me. It's not. That one's not happening anymore. I did.
After a long deliberation.
Yeah, I thought. I did enjoy my time going back and enjoying like an additional hour of it. But it's no great shakes. Not even the variant could save it. Womp womp.